Hello there. My name's Ian Dyson, and I'm hugely privileged to be a trustee of the Royal Humane Society. The Royal Humane Society has existed since 1774, and it is to recognise those people who save the lives of other people, often at great risk to the safety of themselves. It's a wonderful society, and as part of the celebration of our 250th year, we are reading a story from each year of our existence since 1774. The story I'm going to read to you is from 1789. That was a year of quite considerable upheaval. The French Revolution in Europe. George Washington was inaugurated as the first president of the United States, and in England a lot of concerns about the stability of British society. But nonetheless, there were still acts of incredible courage and bravery and life-saving taking place. Our story today was in London and is described in a letter from the person who saved the life to Dr. Lettsom, who was one of the founding members of the Royal Humane Society. In January the 19th, 1789, Dr. Lettsom received the following letter. Sir, I beg leave to lay before you the following case of suspended animation, occasioned by the fumes of burning charcoal, in which the means recommended by that excellent institution, the Humane Society, proved successful. On Friday morning last, I was called to James Correll, a printer. In the middle of the room in which he was at work with several others, a pan of boring charcoal was placed. The first ill effects were a giddiness and a dimness of sight. Almost at the same time, he fell quite senseless into his father's arms. He was conveyed out of the room, and in about 10 minutes after I saw him. During that time, he had shown no signs of life, but it was in an apparent state of death. I could feel no pulse, nor perceive that he breathed. On employing the various means recommended by the Humane Society, for a quarter of an hour, he became convulsed, the first symptom of returning to life, and his pulse, though very feeble, could now be felt. In 5 minutes more he uttered a few words, and soon relapsed into his former lifeless state. But by continuing the plan of resuscitation, another convulsive fit succeeded, and his pulse rose. As soon as my patient was able to swallow, I administered a cordial remedy, had him put into a warm bed, and the same medical means were assiduously continued for an hour longer before I thought him out of danger. In the evening, I found him in a state of perspiration. His breathing free, pulse strong, disposed to sleep, and could answer any questions I put to him. And by the next day, debility expected, his health was perfectly restored. I have the satisfaction to think that the methods pursued have been productive of restoring an industrious youth to life, to his fond parents, and to society. Yours respectfully, David Samwell. So an example from many years ago of life being saved, and that work continues to this day. The Royal Humane Society relies upon donations, and if you are able to help us in our 250th year, please look at the website where you can see a number of ways that you can get involved to help the Society, not least by donating through the means of the web page. Thank you for listening.